My room, my sanctuary, the place where my day begins. And where it ends, at my desk, with my nose in a book. I was studying for the criminal psychology program entrance exam. Just as you may have assumed, I would like to become a police detective one day. Mom's not particularly thrilled, but still, in spite of everything, I've applied to the police academy. And I hope I'll be admitted. My father would have been proud of me if only he could see me. My father's life was shrouded in mystery. Due to his job, he used to be a police inspector. His goodnight stories were no fairy tales. They were real, very real. But in order for them to have a happy ending, I would have to solve a puzzle my father gave me. I loved that feeling. The feeling when I would solve the puzzle and find out the truth, because that would mean that the bad guy was punished. The innocent one spared, and I would drift off to sleep, happy because it was me who made it all possible. That's how it all began. I was voraciously going through the pages of the course book, fascinated by the amount of new information about the human nature and behavior that I was able to find there. This is such an interesting section on profiling. And applicable in practice, too. I already want to try out my newly acquired knowledge. I don't know where all this enthusiasm is coming from. Maybe I've had too many sweets. When you walk in the street, do you ever look up and notice the faces of the people going toward you? Do you ever wonder if they're happy or sad? Do others wonder what kind of secrets people hide? I think about that practically all the time. I even find it challenging to read other people's behavior. That's also one of the reasons why I decided to follow in my father's footsteps. I think I have a gift for that. That's why I was working so diligently and constantly improving my skills. That was my passion. I was interested in the course book, but the constant blinking of my phone screen kept distracting me that time. Akiko's awake, and now she's gonna bombard me with texts. It's time for a break! Akiko is my best friend and the voice of reason. She doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's always brutally honest. Many hate her for that, but I just adore her. Her dream is to become a doctor. I know what you're thinking right now. How can such a sharp-tongued girl be sympathetic and kind towards the patients? I'm not sure either, but Akiko would most certainly do her best in order to control her inner demons, or at least she'd give it a try. The next morning, I don't remember the exact moment when I leaned my head against the book and closed my eyes, but obviously, it was enough for me to drift off into a sleep immediately. That was how I spent the entire night. I opened my eyes and lifted my head from the book. One page remained glued to my cheek, and I accidentally tore it off by lifting my head. I thought about how ridiculous I must have been at that moment. I took a selfie and went to the mirror to check if there was any text mapped on my cheek. I look terrible. Akiko would die laughing if she could see me like this. I'll save this photo and send it to her, to make her smile next time she feels upset. I picked up the scattered notes from my desk and put them in my backpack. The preparation classes for the entrance exam started I put on my favorite outfit. But the real truth is that it became my favorite one only after I had received a compliment from Katsumi. Katsumi had always been a good friend of mine, but I hadn't seen him much since our high school graduation. We were used to texting each other every day about all sorts. I couldn't spend a day without his text, even if it was just a simple punctuation mark. I hope I'll see Katsumi at the metro station. I caught myself thinking about Katsumi. I had been successfully resisting his charm for quite a while, and that was something not all of the other girls in her school could say for themselves. He was one of the most popular guys in high school. Who would have thought that a gamer and programmer could attract so much attention? But hey, for Katsumi, it was just a piece of cake. My phone then rang and brought me back to reality. Katsumi thought of me. I saw Katsumi's text on the phone screen and it lifted my spirits instantaneously. The signs of tiredness disappeared from my face and were replaced by a silly grin. If only I had been able to see myself back then, everything would have been perfectly clear to me. Luckily, the metro station wasn't very far away from my apartment. I ran all the way down to it as to not miss the train. I was shoving through the crowd and spotted Akiko from the corner of my eye. Luckily, the metro station wasn't very far away from my apartment. I ran all the way down to it as to not miss the train. I was shoving through the crowd and spotted Akiko from the corner of my eye. Akiko's waiting for me. That means I didn't miss the train. I came up to her and, panting for breath, I said hi. Akiko, hi.
Hi! You look terrible!
Thanks. I put so much effort in it.
What happened to you?
Nothing. I've been running on my way here to get on time for the train.
We have a couple of minutes left. What kept you so long?
Katsumi kept me.
He was at your place?
God, no, we were just texting each other.
Wow, how often do you guys do that?
Every day.
Be careful. You know he's honey-mouthed. And he was labeled as a womanizer in high school.
Don't you worry about me, Akiko. Katsumi and I are just friends. He never tried anything in person, but yeah, I know how honey-mouthed he can get sometimes.
I know that too.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Akiko, in a way, brought me back to reality by saying that. At least she helped me stop thinking about my day with Katsumi. So I was finally able to focus on my exam. Suddenly, I felt a tremendous desire to see him, and check if his behavior was really consistent with his words. What about you? How are your studies going?
Pretty neatly, I guess. What I find the most difficult, though, is going to the hospital and dealing with the patients.
Now you've got me laughing, Akiko. Akiko was going to the Facility of Medicine, and she was a great student. The thing that was bugging Akiko the most was that there were people in need of medical help, but they couldn't get it because of some other people who only thought they were sick and had enough money to pay the doctors. This may be a little weird to think, but that's Akiko and her perception of the world.
No, I'm serious. I noticed that many of them suffer from hypochondria.
You sound like a real doctor. But it's all happening to them because of the stress and the fast-paced lifestyle.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, I almost forgot. Katsumi called me. He says he's going to the summer festival. The old crew's gathering again.
What about the others? I noticed somebody's shadow falling over me. And I looked up at the person standing behind me. He had a foolish grin on his face. He slightly pulled a strand of my hair and sat right next to me. It was Rokuro.
Hey girls, what are you plotting?
Hi Rokuro, you know me. I'm getting ready to make someone's life hell.
Rokuro, Akiko's just joking. We're talking about the summer festival. And how that would be a perfect opportunity to get the high school gang together again. Rokuro went to my high school and he's always had a smiling face. The only thing that was getting on his nerves was injustice. It was no wonder he decided to study law and become a lawyer. Apart from that, he's really a sweetheart, until someone makes him mad.
Count me in. It's not like I have something more important to do tomorrow.
If only we could all be so carefree like you are. You're exceptionally lucky. I hate you, Rokuro.
Thanks, Akiko. I'll take it as a compliment.
Rokuro, where are you headed so early anyway? You going to college?
No way! I'll show up there only when I have to take the entrance exam.
You're lucky because you can be so relaxed about it. I'm already extremely anxious.
You should really chill out a little.
I know exactly how I'd relieve your tension, but I also know you'd turn me down.
You're giving up without even trying to persuade me. I don't like that. I like self-confident guys.
Haha, Rokuro, you lose. I wouldn't torture you like that, you know.
I'll let him say what he has to say. I may change my mind.
Look me in the eye. I can see you want me. You're just not ready for me yet.
I have no intention of sleeping with you, Rokudo.
Sex? You meant sex. You just couldn't say it out loud.
Rokuro, come to think of it, I think she actually needs you more than I do. Please, do interfere.
Stop screwing with me. I have way more important things on my mind right now.
Stop pouting. I was just kidding you. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask you to come with me to a tattoo studio.
You're gonna get another tattoo?
Yeah, the pain of getting a new tattoo will suppress all other feelings. In case you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Makes sense. But tattoos are permanent, unlike feelings which are transitory.
That's precisely what I wanted to say. I'll manage somehow. One day, everything will be over.
As you wish, girls.
The train arrived and we had to say goodbye to Rokudo. He waved us goodbye and signaled with his hand to give him a call later. Suddenly, I felt a huge excitement knowing that Akiko, Katsumi, Rokudo, and I were going to be together again. That feeling kept me going throughout the whole day. Akiko's right. Sitting home all day is not healthy. I miss my friends. I miss going out. I could even wear a kimono for this event. I only wonder where it could be now. I went on the first train and went to meet Katsumi. We hadn't seen each other for a few months, and I'd miss him so much. The text couldn't make up for his absence. There had always been some spark between us, but Katsumi never openly discussed that with me. He had been sending me some mixed signals earlier, so I had to be cautious. Nevertheless, the heart doesn't always agree with the mind. Maybe I should ask Katsumi where I fit in his life. I was holding the phone in my hands thinking about how I should text him. and tell him that the train ride could have passed quicker with his company. However, I just didn't know how to formulate the text without giving away the state of despair I was in. While I was hesitantly holding the phone in my hand, I got a message from Katsumi. Right after that, I received another message on Chatlinx. The notification was blinking on the home screen. Katsumi sent you a photo. Again! Isn't Katsumi impatient or what? It looks like he wants to make sure I don't change my mind. I can't resist the temptation. I tapped on the notification and it took me straight to Chatlinx app, which we were all using to exchange messages. Of so many other chat apps, Katsumi was insisting on using Chatlinx. He was studying programming and was skillful in mobile apps development. So we didn't have any doubts in his recommendation. We all had it installed on our smartphones. The night had already fallen when I arrived at the summer festival. People were walking by wearing yukatas, the traditional Japanese garments. Women were wearing yukatas in beautiful floral patterns, while men's costumes were mostly in some simple patterns, or decorated with a picture of a Japanese dragon. I wished to wear a yukata myself. Since I got there first, I had enough time to go to a store and choose a special one for that occasion. I found one I liked a lot. It suits me perfectly. This is my best shopping ever. I can't wait for the others to see me. I found the rest of the crew after some time. However, Katsumi was nowhere to be seen. Rokudo and Akiko spotted me, and made remarks on my choice of clothes right away.
Hi! You look stunning!
Wow, I'm in love. I must say, I secretly hope to see you in a yukata tonight. It looks incredible on you.
Thank you, guys. I'm blushing. Let's not overdo this.
We have to take a group photo, just like we did last year.
I'd like to have one with only you.
Deal. But shouldn't we wait for Katsumi first? What's taking him so long anyway?
That's what I'd like to know too.
How can he be late if he was the first one to leave his house?
He lives in the farthest part of town. It's only logical he needs more time to get here.
He could have at least told us he was going to be late.
On the other hand, he may have arrived already, but he just hasn't found us yet. I'll check when he was last active on Chatlinx.
All three of us opened the app and saw that Katsumi had been active more than 15 minutes before. There, he must have left the train then. Now, let's go find some nice spots for watching the fireworks show, before it all gets too crowded.
Great idea.
Okay, we'll go, but we shouldn't have been together. How can Katsumi be so irresponsible? It sucks. He disrespects our time.
Akiko, just please don't beat him up when he shows up.
I'll give her a hand in case she needs help.
We found a spot where we would watch the fireworks from, and Akiko started talking about Katsumi again.
You chat with Katsumi most often. Is everything okay with him?
Yeah, Katsumi never complained about anything. It seems like everything he touches turns to gold.
Well, I guess I'd do the same if only I had his swift finger.
That comes with the job, I guess. He spends each day with his hands on a keyboard.
Akiko, what makes you think something may be wrong with Katsumi?
He's been evading hanging around with us for a long time. For me, that's enough. I bet he'll send a text and say something came up any minute now.
In that case, I'd start worrying too.
I couldn't believe how much Akiko was mad at Katsumi just because he was late. I didn't know what to say to defend Katsumi and not offend her at the same time. Akiko was being way too hard on him. We gave her a moment to cool off. And it was right then that Rokuto received a text.
There he is. He says he's sorry he's late and he wants to know where we are.
At last!
You can send him the exact location via Chatlinx.
Okay. Right. He's typing.
He'd better be walking instead. He'd be here sooner.
What does he say? Where is he?
He says he's gonna be here in a couple of minutes.
Rokuto squeezed himself between the two of us and started teasing us and telling us how we were dying to see Katsumi. Akiko wasn't really thrilled, and I felt like some strange anxiety was sweeping all over me. I tried to hide that by laughing at Rokuto's jokes, although I also caught myself looking behind his shoulder, expecting Katsumi to show up. I cheered up only when I heard his voice. He was approaching me from behind.
I found you. I'm so sorry I'm late. Something kept me. But I'm here now.
I couldn't hide my excitement for seeing Katsumi again. I got up and ran into his arms. Katsumi, I'm so glad to see you.
Hey, come over here.
He lifted me up, holding me around my waist. He gave me a smooch and put me back on the ground, so he could say hello to Akiko and Rokuto. Unlike Akiko and Rokuto, Katsumi was wearing a yukata, the traditional jacket. I couldn't help noticing how good he looked in it. Great outfit, Katsumi.
Thanks, I'm glad you noticed. Hi, Akiko. You look pissed like hell, just as usual. It suits you well.
Spare me, Katsumi.
She's mad at you, Katsumi. Watch out.
Hey, pal, can I please sit next to you? At least until the girls forgive me.
You should start making up for your mistake right away.
Akiko, I'm sorry for being late. I told you I didn't do it on purpose. I just couldn't make it.
You couldn't make it? But you headed here first.
What happened on your way here?
Don't even get me started. I got on the wrong train.
It serves you right.
It happens. Apology accepted.
The same thing happened to me once. It's really not a big deal.
It wouldn't be such a big deal if you had just called us to say what was going on instead of bailing on us like this.
I swear, I told you what happened.
You heard him, girls. No need to fuss over that anymore.
Thanks for understanding.
No problem. Did you run into someone we know on your way here?
You mean someone from our high school? No, I didn't.
Maybe we should have added some of them to our chat group to keep in touch.
I only have Mizuki's phone number, but I'm not sure if she uses Chatlinx.
Mizuki's my high school friend from class. I knew her well, although I wasn't spending much time with her outside school hours. At least not so much as Akiko. Mizuki's quite reserved and doesn't like to go out much. She's uncorrupted and likes the whole world. She sees beauty in everything around her.
Mizuki uses Chatlinx. I know that.
Wait a minute! Mizuki and you are in touch?
Yeah, but it's not like I'm chatting with her all the time, like with you guys. You know it yourself what she's like. We don't have much in common.
Mizuki's so pure and naive that it's good for her not to go out much.
Oh man, if I had an apartment like hers, I couldn't care less what's going on outside.
Katsumi, you could have asked Mizuki to join us tonight. She may have agreed to come since Akiko and I are here.
Didn't occur to me.
Add her to our group chat and text her.
Good idea. If she doesn't respond, then it's clear she doesn't want to be.
Nothing easier than leaving a group.
I'll add her right now. There, done and done. She's not available at the moment. She'll see the message eventually.
Cool. We should have exchanged our numbers with everybody after graduation.
I don't see how finding someone can be so hard with all the social networks available. We're addicted to this technology.
Yeah, it's not hard at all. If anyone wants to find you, they'll find you.
If you don't want to be found, no one will ever find you. Simple as that.
All this thinking made me hungry.
Me too. I'm gonna go get us something to eat.
I'd like to help with that, but I have to call my mom. She keeps calling me.
Mama's boy.
Rokudo stepped away from us so he could find some quiet place to talk. Akiko was provoking him by shouting "Mama's boy," but Rokudo didn't seem upset at all. And he had no reason to be upset. Normally we all report to our parents when we go out.
I suppose you guys are gonna have the usual. A savory pancake for Rokurou. Akiko, you like chicken skewers if I'm right, and you like noodles.
Well done, Katsumi. I really appreciate that.
That's right. Thank you so much. We'll be waiting for you, eagerly. During the summer festival, there were plenty of street food stalls with a great choice of snacks and sweets. The scent of freshly cooked meals was just tempting. The stand with the fried noodles was the most crowded one. Katsumi must have had a really strong will to make it up to us, since he decided to wait in line.
All right, girls. I'll be back soon. Be good.
Akiko and I were left alone for a few moments, and she immediately took her phone out of her pocket. She scrolled through the messages and then she stopped and directed the phone screen towards me. So what, Akiko?
I think I'm falling in love. Read the lines he sent me.
If the world simply stopped, you could feel my eyes on you and realize how much I hoped and wished you knew how much I love you.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Akiko, who's the guy that sent you all this?
No idea. We still haven't met.
You're kidding, right? How exactly can you fall in love with someone you haven't even met yet?
My thought exactly. That's why I decided to share this with you.
Falling for romantic texts. It's totally not like you. And do you even know what he looks like?
We haven't gotten to the part where we exchange photos yet. I don't think I can be as romantic as him. And I need help to write him a message.
Akiko's phone was already vibrating. Due to the newly received messages from her mysterious roommate, she would start typing something and then she would instantly delete it. I felt sorry for her, looking so hopeless and all. Struggling much, Akiko?
Yeah.
I gave Akiko some advice on how to reply to his text without seeming too rigid, and she accepted it. At some point, Akiko and I decided to get up and take a walk. We wanted to feel the atmosphere of the summer festival. Akiko was constantly texting her online crush and following my advice, and so she improved her image. See, I told you it was easy.
Thanks for helping me. I would have probably blown it and laughed at his attempt to show me his feelings. As far as I'm concerned, he could have just written what he was feeling.
But he wanted to leave a good impression. That's supposed to flatter you, Akiko.
I'm not used to that. And maybe we should just leave things as they are and never meet each other in person, because I'd probably say something wrong and ruin everything.
It all depends on the type of personality that you decide to show.
Yeah, and that personality is the complete opposite of what I actually...
So which of the two personalities is the true Akiko? Or are they both present, only the inferior one is sometimes suppressed?
That's a tough question. Hey, we got carried away. And we didn't even notice that the time flew by. The guys aren't back yet. That's weird.
We'll go search for them. I hope they didn't decide to blow us off, because in that case they're going down.
That would be the last time I've gone somewhere with them. Where do you want to go?
I'll go to the food stalls to try to find Katsumi.
Okay, I'll try to find Okuro then. I'll meet you back here.
Deal. I made a full circle around the area where the summer festival was taking place, but there was literally no sign of Katsumi whatsoever. Akiko was looking for Rokuro in the meantime. I can't believe it! They made such a fuss over this get-together, and spending time together, and all that so I could just sit here all by myself. 10 minutes later. I'm starting to lose my patience. I decided to try to reach Katsumi on his cell phone. I wasn't counting on Chatlinx because it was easy to miss a text. The phone was ringing, and still ringing, all along until the operator ended the call. He's not answering. Maybe he can't hear it because he's in a crowd. Or his hands are busy carrying food. Yes, that must be it. Then I spotted Akiko and Rokuro approaching me from a distance. Akiko gave me a questioning look and I shrugged my shoulders. Suddenly, a few fireworks went off, leaving everyone present in the astonishment. The fireworks lit up the sky with thousands of colors and flashes, and every blast was followed by exclamations of amazement. Everyone was looking up except me. I was looking at my phone because I just received a text from Katsumi. He was saying he was sorry. I felt like I was left hanging, although I literally had no right to feel that. He had no reason to report to me whatsoever, which was making the whole thing even more difficult. And then, once I suppressed that feeling, another one came up. The suspicion that something just wasn't right. The fireworks were illuminating the clear sky above us and spreading good vibrations among the audience. Every spark that was reflecting in the eyes of the viewers seemed to have a hypnotic effect. The loving couples were standing with their arms around each other and gazing at the sky, while I was the only one looking down at my phone screen. Akiko and Rokuro were standing next to me, trying to decipher my facial expression.
I called Katsumi a few more times and he never answered. I think it's no use anymore.
You look like you've seen a ghost. Did you hear from Katsumi?
Yes, Katsumi sent me a text. You can guess what he says.
He says he's sorry. Am I right?
Katsumi is so over the line now. I'd like to knock some sense into him right now.
Look, maybe it's not like Katsumi's irresponsible or anything like that. Maybe he's just doing something he wouldn't like us to know.
Yeah, what exactly? He's hiding he has a girlfriend. And she accidentally saw him with us tonight.
Could be. Look, guys, we can stay here all night, but we won't find anything.
She's right. It's late and we're all tired.
I should walk you home. I'll give Katsumi some space.
Alright, let's do that.
I'll let you know if I hear from Katsumi. You call me too in the morning and let me know if you got something.
Yeah, we'll talk in the morning to see who Katsumi called first.
Guys, let's go.
All three of us headed for the metro station, together with a bunch of people who were also leaving the summer festival. On our way there, Rokuro tried to lift our spirits.
Look at us, guys. Here we are, racking our brains, trying to find out what's going on with Katsumi, while he's probably in bed, sleeping like a log. He went to buy us food, figured he didn't have enough cash, and bailed.
And here we are, making up all sorts of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that would be super funny.
There, give it some thought. It could happen to anybody.
Listen, I might sound a bit bitchy, but...
But what, Akiko? Something tells me that nothing good is gonna come out of your mouth.
If I were in his shoes, I'd call you and explain that I'm broke.
Something tells me that we're gonna launch the investigation process soon.
That's not a bad idea at all, Rokuro.
She found a new way to prepare for the police academy.
Akiko then gave me a genius idea. I put my emotions aside and started thinking. Katsumi could have asked Rokuro for money, but If we assume that he did call him and Rokuro was talking on the phone at that exact time, chances are Katsumi simply couldn't reach him on his cell. This could be a plausible scenario. Suddenly, I found all that drama so hilarious. While I imagined Katsumi running away from us dressed in a yukata. The next morning, I woke up early and while still half asleep, I reached for my cell phone. While doing so, I knocked some notes off my desk, together with a coffee mug that I left there the previous night. Oops, at least the mug was empty. I heard my mom walking in and out of adjacent rooms getting ready for work, making terrible noise with her heels. I felt sorry for the neighbors downstairs. The sound of her footsteps died down when my mug fell down and got replaced by the voice of my mom asking me if I was okay. Yeah, Mom, everything's fine. It's just the coffee mug. It fell down. What followed then was a lecture on taking glasses and mugs to the kitchen every night before sleep. And that was it. She slammed the entrance door and went to work. I was all by myself again. No new messages, no missed calls. I wonder if I'm the only one who hasn't heard anything from Katsumi yet. Mizuki. Katsumi's in touch with her. I could check if she has any idea about what's going on. Mizuki texted me the address of her father's office, but I couldn't find it, so I asked her to get downstairs. After a couple of minutes, we ran into each other in the street, near Katsumi's apartment. Mizuki, finally!
Hey! I'm so glad to see you!
Mizuki was very unique when we were in high school. She didn't care about partying, clubbing, or expensive clothes. Although she was coming from a wealthy family, she always seemed modest and kind, and she loved going out to some quiet places and enjoying a cup of hot tea. Mizuki was a huge art fan, and she expressed her creativity through painting and music. Where did you disappear after the graduation?
Yeah, about that. I withdrew into myself for a while and enjoyed the solitude. What about you? Have you been in touch with anybody?
Yeah. Katsumi, Akiko, and Rokuro.
Awesome! You know that Katsumi lives here nearby?
Yeah, I do. I just don't come to this part of town this often.
Oh! And I was under the impression that Katsumi and you were always together.
What do you mean you thought we were together?
I mean in the schoolyard during recess. You two were always hanging around together.
Oh, that! Yeah, I really missed that. Katsumi, Akiko, 𝘰𝘱𝘥𝘦𝘰 and I went to the summer festival last night. We would have invited you too if we knew that Katsumi had your phone number.
Oh, never mind that. There'll be plenty of opportunities to hang out. Anyway, you said you hadn't heard from Katsumi since last night? What happened?
Beats me, Katsumi said he was in touch with you. So I figured you might know where he is right now.
But I really don't. You see? He didn't even tell me you guys were going to the summer festival.
That's weird. Alright, you can reach out to us in the chat group from now on. And you'll get all the updates.
Oh, how I wish my schedule weren't so busy. I'd have much more time for chatting.
So, what have you been doing lately except preparing for the entrance exams?
Bunch of other things. Mostly, I painted and spent time in my art studio.
That's fantastic, Mizuki. On the other hand, it's too bad you don't have the time for hanging out. Also, I was thinking you might help me find Katsumi.
Katsumi's always online. Send him a text. He replies to me in an instant.
When was the last time you texted him?
Oh, I don't know. I deleted all my messages and I really can't tell.
Mizuki, nobody heard from Katsumi since last night.
Nobody? But that has never happened before.
I saw that Mizuki knew Katsumi pretty well, and I thought she could be of great help finding him. So I tried to extract as much info from her as I could. It would never occur to me that you and Katsumi could share the same interest. He's a programmer and you're an artist. What do you talk about?
I don't feel quite comfortable with that question, but I'll tell you just because I'm starting to worry too.
I'm sorry, Mizuki. I don't need to know all the details. But if you could just give me any hint about where he might be.
We talk almost every day. He would usually call me in the morning to ask me to say a few kind words about him to my father.
Your father? What for? I don't get it.
You didn't know? Katsumi works as an intern in my father's company.
I didn't have a clue about it. Why was Katsumi hiding something like that? It's a good thing.
Experience in that work field would be a great plus in his resume. I did him a favor and asked my father to hire him. That was it.
I don't quite remember which company your father runs.
I can't believe this! The whole school knew what my father does for a living. Look up!
Mizuki pointed at a high building across the street with a flashing billboard sign of Chatlinx. Mizuki's father was the owner of Chatlinx. Mizuki, is this some sort of practical joke or what? Admit it. Katsumi and you have a deal to mess with me, am I right?
I swear, none of what you said is true. I'm not capable of playing with other people's feelings like that. I thought you knew me better.
I thought I knew Katsumi too. Anyway, I suppose Katsumi didn't report for work today.
He didn't. That's exactly why I went to Chatlinx a few minutes ago. I had to talk to my father. Katsumi's gonna lose his job if he doesn't report for work within the next 3 days.
Mizuki, what do you propose? How can we find Katsumi's current location?
I know a way, but I'm afraid it's not quite legal. Chatlinx offers a lot of options. But my father would hardly agree to any of those without a police warrant. We can't ask him to do that, because we'd violate the rights of our users.
Yeah, welcome to the 21st century. Stupid rights! If I black out in the middle of the street wearing a short skirt, no one's gonna offer me a helping hand, cause that may characterize as sexual harassment.
It gets even worse. A compliment paid to a girl can be perceived the same way.
Mizuki, what do we do? Should we break some rules?
I don't think we should do that. We have to stick to established rules and norms of conduct. If somebody doesn't want to be found, then I guess we shouldn't try to find him.
Mizuki, I'm not gonna drag you into all of this. I know how hard it is for you to abandon your true values.
I'm already dragged into this. I don't have to be a part of that game of yours, but I can help you begin with it.
How? Mizuki opened her small backpack and took out a bunch of keys and key tags. She handed them to me reluctantly because she felt like she was betraying Katsumi. I knew the keys were Katsumi's because one of the tags was the one I had bought for him for his previous birthday. The tag had the logo of his favorite game, Shadow Time.
Here, these are Kasumi's keys. He forgot them the last time he showed up at work. Take them and return them to him.
I will, Mizuki.
I know you will. I also know that the temptation's huge, and that you should think really hard before you decide to do something that may put your relationship with Katsumi at risk.
Mizuki had strong beliefs about what was right and what wasn't. She would never break into somebody's apartment, but she secretly hoped that some of us would be brave enough to do it. Frankly, I didn't feel good about it either. However, the desire to discover the truth and find a missing friend was much stronger. Mizuki, thank you very much for everything you've told me. It really means a lot to me.
You're welcome. See you at college then.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's a real craze going on at the college with emblem clothes. The students are buying emblem clothes of the department they're applying to. Hurry up to get something for yourself, because it'll all be gone soon.
Awesome, I didn't know that. I'll definitely check that out.
That goes without saying. You don't want to be the only girl in this year's class who doesn't have clothes with emblems of the police academy.
No way, I like my vocation. I said goodbye to Mizuki and called Akiko right away.
The fact that you're calling me instead of texting me only tells me that you have some fresh info.
That's right, Akiko. You're not gonna believe what I just found out. Quit whatever you're doing and meet me in front of Chatlinx headquarters.
Wow, you're making a big entrance, aren't you? I'm coming right away.
Call Rokudo, I want him to be there too. We have the first clue.
Deal. I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world.
See you soon then. I was playing with that bunch of keys in my hands while thinking about the thing I discussed with Mizuki. Just a few moments before, privacy. We started protecting ourselves so much that we destroyed every chance for someone to even offer us a helping hand. We're so detached and reserved that not even our best friend knows us anymore. The next 48 hours were crucial for Kasumi's life. Luckily, I never regretted the decision I'd made. Sometime later, Akiko and Rokudo came together and found me in the street near Katsumi's place. I was watching the passers-by, hoping Katsumi would show up around the corner any minute.
Here we are. We came as fast as we could.
Luckily, I'm in good shape, so I had no trouble running all the way to the metro station. Akiko literally dragged me out of the bed and made me go out right away.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, no problem. I wouldn't do this for anybody else, you know.
Same goes for me. You're my best friend. You can always count on me.
That's so nice to hear. Now, let me tell you what I got. They were all taken by surprise when they heard that Katsumi was employed in Chatlinx and that Mizuki's father was the owner of the company.
Things are becoming clear now.
I can't believe how sneaky Katsumi is. So that's why he insisted we should all use Chatlinx? Just so he could get a bonus on his salary for attracting new users?
Don't jump to conclusions, Rokudo. We can't know that for sure.
Alright, it's true, but I'm neither stupid or incapable of making conclusions on my own.
Take a deep breath, Rokuro. Remember, we're here to find answers. We shouldn't take anything for granted.
Katsumi would have never used us to get a promotion. Just let me finish, okay?
Sorry, go on. What else did Mizuki tell you?
Mizuki's hoping that Katsumi will report for work soon because otherwise he's gonna get fired. She asked me to give him back the keys of his apartment if I happen to see him again.
You have the keys to his apartment. That's exactly what we need.
Rokuro, you of all people should know that what you're thinking about is against the law.
And I don't feel comfortable breaking into somebody's apartment.
Girls, this is not a matter of what's right or wrong, but rather what's necessary. For all we know, Katsumi's hiding for some reason, and we may find out why he's doing it. Think about that. Would you get into his apartment if you could save his life?
In that case, I wouldn't think twice. I'd break into his apartment without thinking and find a way to save his life.
I'd go into his apartment for no reason at all. Out of pure curiosity.
You're not alone in this, and you won't be the only one responsible. I'll be the one to do it, and in case you want to call the police, feel free to tell them what I said.
All right, Rokuro. I believe you know what you're doing.
Even if he doesn't, Rokuro will find a loophole and pull through.
Thanks, Akiko, for admitting I'm good at least at one thing.
You have more than one great skill, Rokuro. You just don't want to show them.
You're busted, mister. You're actually a sweetheart.
Stop messing with me, Akiko. Don't make me start digging for a reason why you've built up walls around yourself.
Guys, you're over the line.
She started it.
Rokuro, you're acting like a child. Here, take Kazumi's keys. Let's get this over with already. Akiko took my hand as she would usually do, and we headed there first, leaving Rokuro behind. I felt it was getting chilly, so I rubbed my hands together to warm them up.
I can give you my sweatshirt if you're cold.
Why not? That's very sweet of you. Are you sure you're not cold?
Absolutely. I got myself warmed up already.
Rokuro, you really have a thing for weird stuff, you know?
Akiko, you're a weirdo too, but loves you anyways.
Couldn't agree more.
I give up.
Yes, I win!
Rokuro, you'd better stop pushing your luck.
Yes, ma'am. Just keep walking. You two go first.
Rokuro was walking behind us and texting, or whatever else he was doing, and he didn't want us to look at him. At some point, I turned around to see if he was still a long way behind, only to catch him looking at us and smiling. He raised his cell phone and took a photo of Akiko and me. Or just me, I wasn't sure. Rokuro, did you just take a photo of us?
Maybe.
Who's a weirdo now?
Show me the photo, Rokuro.
I'll send it to you later, I promise. Let's quit fighting now, and do as we agreed.
Rokuro unlocked the door to Katsumi's apartment, and went in. Rokuro unlocked Katsumi's apartment, only after no one answered the door. Akiko and I were standing outside, waiting for Rokuro's sign to go in.
Girls, at first glance, it seems like everything is in place. Katsumi's PC is still on, but that's a regular thing.
So we can get in?
Yes.
I have to warn you, please don't touch anything. And don't leave your fingerprints. In fact, it would be best if you didn't move anything.
We watched crime TV shows too.
I only hope this doesn't turn into a crime movie.
Stay positive. Imagine Katsumi with some girl.
You're such an idiot, Rokuro.
I didn't fall for Rokuro's teasing as I knew. He was just doing it to see how I'd react. Or he could have asked me openly what he wanted instead of playing games.
We have to start somewhere.
First things first, go check his PC. And see who's the last person he chatted with.
You hit the spot.
Makes sense. It's not like we'd find anything by lifting the couch. Except dirty socks, that is.
Katsumi's computer is not locked.
There's no reason for that when you live on your own.
Man, look at yourself. Sitting at his computer, after you got into his apartment, thanks to the keys he lost.
Katsumi couldn't count on this scenario.
Luckily for us, let's see. This computer is full of Chatlinx data files.
He works for the company. Nothing odd about that.
What's in those data files?
Now that I read the names, I can say I don't like what I see at all.
Oh no. Show me.
Look, this database is titled Users.
Chatlinx app users?
Yeah,
Those data should be confidential.
tell it to Mizuki's father.
And what do we learn from this? Katsumi was sticking his nose where it didn't belong. And he can't show up at work because he'd get arrested.
And we almost made it all easier for the police.
It's just an assumption, though. We can't know what Katsumi's intentions were.
Katsumi would never use his job post for some illegal business.
I believe you. You know him best.
No matter how well you know somebody, there's always something they decide to keep from you.
Rokudo couldn't find any info about where Katsumi could be at that moment. So we were left with no other choice but to wait for Katsumi to contact us.
Sorry I let you down. I thought I'd dig up some important info that would lead us to Katsumi.
We're gonna find him, Rokudo. I know that. I have a hunch.
It's no use sweating over this anymore. Let's go home.
Akiko, show some understanding for her feelings. Her best friend went missing.
Wow, hats off to Rokuro.
Akiko angrily headed toward the door and bumped into a cupboard. The bump forced it open, and then we just couldn't believe what we saw. A bundle of notes of different currencies together with Katsumi's personal document were lying neatly packed with arm's reach.
Check this out. An emergency kit. Some cash, his passport.
He didn't take it with him, which means he didn't plan to escape.
Why doesn't he keep his money in a bank like everyone else does?
He could do that. If the origin of the money was clear, I mean.
Listen, we'll put everything back to its place and then we're out of here, okay? I'm not gonna be the one to call the police and put Katsumi behind bars.
Neither am I, but this double-edged sword.
At the risk of sounding disloyal to my future occupation, I say we have to be certain that something fishy is going on before we decide to report the case to the police.
No one wants Katsumi to end up in jail.
And on the other hand, maybe we should just leave things to fate.
We did everything we could.
Come, I'm taking you home. We'll keep in touch. If anyone hears from Katsumi, he or she lets the others know, okay? Do we have a deal?
Yeah, sure.
Deal, Rokudo. The same night, I criticized myself for not being able to find the time to get back and use that small amount of time I was left for studying. I arrived home, glanced at my desk piled with books and notes, and I gave up. It's no use. I can't focus on studying because I keep thinking about Katsumi. I didn't have the strength to do anything else but scroll down the pages and posts on social networks and watch every single cat video I could find. Everything was way more interesting than studying. Soon it will be 24 hours since Katsumi turned into a ghost. Only now do I realize how much his texts meant to me. I opened Chatlinx and read some of the most recent texts sent by Katsumi. They all made me smile. Except the last one, of course. Everything we found out so far has something to do with Chatlinx. That doesn't surprise me though, as the app is beginning to affect our lives more with every new day. The next moment, Rokudo was already texting me, as he saw I was online. I didn't turn off that option because subconsciously I also wanted to know who of my friends were available for chatting. That was how Chatlinx was affecting our lives. If I hadn't opened the app, Rokudo might have never contacted me. It looks like Rokudo's having trouble falling asleep too. My heart was beating like crazy and my hands shaking uncontrollably while I was texting Katsumi. I felt I was playing games with the guys' hearts, just like they were doing it with my feelings. They had no idea how their texts affected me. I need to breathe in some fresh air to come to my senses. I don't feel any more relieved now that I heard Katsumi, and I thought I'd already be over this whole thing. Well, in fact, now I'm even more confused than earlier. I completely forgot about Rokuto while I was planning my next move. Katsumi was a mysterious and extremely intelligent guy. I was never bored in his company. Rokuto was passionate and bursting with desire to impress me in any way he could. He was a bragger, but I was equally drawn to his energy. Just like I was drawn to Katsumi's mysteriousness. Rokuto's still waiting for my response, and Katsumi expects me to show up at the arranged spot in the dead of night. And I want to be in both places with my whole being, but the heart only craves him. I would bitterly regret it if I stayed home right now and didn't run straight into Katsumi's arms. I was thinking about the consequences or dangers that I may encounter. I just had to see him. I had to make sure he was okay, and that whatever I was feeling wasn't transitory. I let Rokuto know that I'd heard from Katsumi and that everything was alright. He didn't ask anything. I rushed out of my place, counting on the fact that Mom wouldn't even notice I was gone, and that I'd be back before she got up. I wasn't even thinking about the danger I was exposing myself to. The desire to see Katsumi was way stronger than anything else. After less than half an hour, I arrived at the spot where I'd last seen him. It seemed desolate and eerie. Katsumi, please be here. I didn't dare shout or call his name. Then, out of the blue, a tiny shred of doubt appeared in my mind. I entered Chatlinx and texted Katsumi. "You better not be lying to me." He replied immediately, saying we were but a few steps apart. I turned my phone screen off and looked up, so that my eyes could adjust to the darkness. And then I spotted Katsumi leaned against a nearby tree. His face was showing a sign of relief and was glowing in the moonlight. Out of nowhere, we suddenly found ourselves rushing into each other's arms. I jumped and wrapped my legs around his waist. He was holding me tightly and kissing me passionately until we both ran out of breath.
Forgive me. I needed to get away from people, from everything.
You'll explain everything later. Now I only want you to shut up and kiss me. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. He didn't hesitate a second. He held me firmly in his arms and kissed me with all the energy and desire he'd been suppressing for so long. He kept kissing me and pulling me toward him so firmly that I was literally left without breath. Finally, he slowly made a step back, looked me in the eye, and started talking.
I did something stupid. I was hoping for good money. But it turns out I encountered a beast which is impossible to feed. Now I have just two choices. Run away forever, or always keep the beast fed.
Oh my god, Katsumi. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I hugged him and let him rest his head on my chest. He listened to my heartbeats and breathed in the same rhythm. And then he started opening his heart. Summer night, I was feeling like I'd never felt before. Katsumi and I were finally alone, and we used all possible ways to show each other how much we'd been craving intimacy. Not a single text that was received and not a single photo that was sent could replace what I was feeling at that moment. I was sitting in his lap, listening carefully to what he was saying about his hiding, when suddenly, at some 3 feet away from us, I recognized the voice. It was Rokuto.
Are you okay? Who's with you?
Rokuto! Don't worry, I'm with Katsumi.
Katsumi! Step out of the dark so I can take a good look at you.
They stood facing each other and evaluating each other's strength and patience. I had to break the awkward silence. Rokudo, Katsumi contacted me and I had to see him.
I had to see you too. Although there's a strong chance I may end up in trouble.
What the heck are you talking about, Katsumi? Spill it already. There's been such a fuss since you went missing that it literally threw our daily lives into chaos.
Katsumi, Rokudo's totally right. We even wanted to call the police and report you missing.
No, absolutely not. If you had decided to do that, you would have only made things worse. We can't drag the police into this before I try to make things right.
First you tell us what on earth you got yourself into and then take care of it.
I owe you all an explanation. I know that. But now is not a good time. I'll call you all soon, and then I'll try to explain everything.
I'm worried. Katsumi took my palm in his hand and put it to my chest. He was looking me straight in the eye and spoke in a soft voice, telling me that everything was going to be okay. Rokudo was already visibly agitated, and he wasn't comfortable witnessing the intimacy between me and Katsumi. He interrupted us, saying it was late.
So, do you have a good excuse for being out all night in case your mom asks?
I don't, because I didn't plan for any of this to happen.
Will you please give us a moment to say goodbye to each other? Or will you keep acting like some righteous man here?
You have 3 minutes.
Rokudo was slowly walking toward the metro station so I could catch. Neither of us said a word on our way back, but I thanked him for walking me home. At last, I found myself completely alone. But yet again, I felt like something real was going on in my life. That night, Akiko and I were on our way to Katsumi's place. We had a long ride ahead of us. Since Akiko always knew everything that was going on in my life, I couldn't keep the fact that I bonded with Katsumi from her. Akiko, as long as we're alone, I want to share. Just please don't judge me, okay?
Wow, it's gotta be something huge then. I want to hear all the details, girl.
You can already guess what I'm gonna say.
I have a hunch. You're being super nervous and you look like you did something bad.
The news is juicy and dirt. I'm so embarrassed to tell you. But anyway, I have a boyfriend.
When did you manage to find one? And who is he?
Katsumi and I spiced up our chat with kisses this time.
That was bound to happen sooner or later. There were sparks between you two even when you were in high school.
Really?
Everyone noticed that, except you. Come on, spill the beans. I'm all ears.
He called me and asked me to meet him at the place we'd last, and he couldn't tell me anything.
And you went there?
Yes, I couldn't contain myself, Akiko. I missed him so much it hurt.
Are you in love, or is he just a crush?
Akiko, I fell in love with
Oh, finally! Now it's clear to me why you're acting like that when it comes to him.
We spent the rest of the ride talking about her love life and her assumption that there was no man who could match her in all aspects, but I'd rather say there was no man who could tame her temper. Akiko and I went out of the train and headed towards Katsumi's apartment. I suddenly started to feel euphoric knowing that we would all be in the same room again. Akiko, let me just check if Katsumi's home.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine him blowing us off. Well, in that case, he'd better not show up in my part of the town ever again.
I'll text Katsumi we'll be there soon.
No, you should call him. Why would you bother wondering if he's read the text or not?
Yeah, I agree with you, Akiko. It'd be better if I called him.
What's taking you so long?
We're on our way. Akiko and I just arrived at the station.
Great. That means you'll be here in about 10 minutes.
That's right.
You'd better wait for us.
Is that Akiko?
Yeah, she insisted I check on you if you were really home.
It looks like it's going to take quite a lot of time to regain her trust, but it's all my fault.
The first step toward redeeming yourself is having something sweet.
Oh, I think I have that. And if I don't, I'll just put on my sweet face.
Yeah, you can try that, Katsumi. See you soon.
I'll be waiting for you.
I hung up and was just about to put my phone in my backpack. The train stopped at the station and the people started rushing. One of the passers-by accidentally bumped into me and my phone slipped out of my hand. Luckily, he noticed that and, thanks to his good reflexes, was able to catch it before it hit the floor. I sighed with relief. The unknown guy instantly wiped my phone off his jacket and then laid it on his palm, bowed, and handed it to me with an apology.
Who was that?
Don't know. Someone kind and with good reflexes. If he hadn't caught my phone, it would be trampled now.
A bad day for cell phones.
Something like that. Let's go. We don't want to keep Katsumi waiting.
You should have asked him to send you a photo from his apartment.
Akiko, that would have been way too much. We could send him our selfie.
If we have to.
What the heck is this? I can't turn on my phone.
It worked fine just a moment ago.
I don't know. Maybe it accidentally turned off when it slipped out of my hand.
We're going to Katsumi's anyway. He'll see what's wrong with it. Maybe the battery ran out.
Could be. Katsumi opened the door to his apartment and invited Akiko and me inside. Seated cozily on the couch, Rokuto was waiting there. The two of them looked like they'd patched things up. I wouldn't be surprised if Rokuto had insisted on talking to Katsumi privately, and came there first because of that. Hey guys.
I'd like to have a glass of cold water, and then we can begin this meeting.
Hey, make yourselves comfortable. Rokuro, get your butt off the couch. That place is reserved for the girls.
Ugh, and why am I not allowed to sit with the girls?
Because you're blocking my view.
Nice one.
We all sat as comfortably as we could. impatiently waiting to hear what Katsumi had to say. But he only pretended to be busy doing something in the kitchen and tried to poke Katsumi, "Don't bother with the drinks. We didn't come here for the food and the drinks. We came to talk."
Here I am. I'm making us some refreshments while we're waiting for the others to come.
Katsumi, you're not seriously expecting Mizuki to come, are you?
Yeah, I am. I thought I should give her an extra couple of minutes to arrive.
She said she wasn't gonna make it. After all, we can tell her everything when we see her.
Or we don't tell her anything.
All right.
Katsumi sat on the floor cross-legged and started talking.
The night when you lost touch with me was one of the hardest nights in my entire life. That was the first time I got scared for my safety and the safety of my friends.
Nobody dared interrupt him, nor did we ask any questions. We were taking in every piece of information he was sharing with us.
I see you've been snooping around my stuff. I'm not judging you, though. I would have probably done the same if I'd lost any of you guys. I want to thank you for worrying about me, because I was really in a life-endangering situation. You found the databases with Chatlinx users' information.
Yeah? Why do you need those? Did you try to sell them?
No, I tried to destroy them.
What did those databases contain? What kind of information?
Plenty of stuff. I don't know how much you saw of it, but there were some data about the user's movements, the use of the camera, and the microphone. You don't want to know. If you knew, you'd crush your phones now.
I wouldn't. Mine's at home.
Mine's in a sleep mode.
I don't think so. I still love my phone.
You see? You're helpless.
Don't you worry about us. We're just joking. Go on.
Where was I? I wanted it to stop, and to get back on Chatlinx company in a way. So I found some people who would want to do that for me. I was going to give them the data, and they would go public with them.
Wow. And you seriously wanted Mizuki to hear?
She may be calm and collected, but one should better be reserved with that kind of people.
I wouldn't expect Mizuki to stand quietly at this. It's good she didn't hear any of it.
So did you give them what you promised? Did you set Chatlinx up?
No, I couldn't. That's when things started to go wrong. I changed my mind when I found out that they too could use the data for the wrong purposes. They gave me a deadline. And since that date, my time on this planet has slowly been ticking out.
That happened the night you disappeared.
Yeah, I thought they weren't going to find me. But we shared the location via Chatlinx.
Damn it! So that means you're not safe here either?
And you invited us here so that we would all go down together? You're dead, Katsumi. Because I'll be the first to.
Let him talk.
Thank you. Do you think I would let them follow my internet activities? We're safe in here, the time being.
How did you get rid of them?
I just bought myself some time. I didn't get rid of them. I gave them incomplete data. When they find out, they'll be after me again.
Why didn't you report them to the police? You could have killed two birds with one stone.
Good advice.
I did think about that, but I think I'd end up in jail all the same.
Honestly, that's not so bad after all. You'd stay alive and the enemy would be defeated.
Akiko, your honesty is cruel.
But effective.
You can't live in fear and keep hiding all your life.
I'm not worried. As long as I'm not giving them what they want, I stay alive.
I'm interested in something else. How safe actually is using Chatlinx?
Katsumi, let me remind you that you're the one who insisted on using Chatlinx.
I hope you have a good explanation for that.
Our private conversations are encrypted, together with the photos we share. I'm not sure about anything else. Every link posted in the app can be traced.
Katsumi was prepared to go so far as to change his identity in order to escape the blackmailers, but I didn't want to let them get away with it. I felt like something inside me was making me uncover the motives lying behind all that and bringing the criminals. However, this is no longer a bedtime story. This was real life, and there was no place for any wrong moves. Together, we will come up with a plan and think of the way to save Katsumi from the vicious cycle. I'll have to think about what would be the best thing to do.
That's not your problem. You don't need to do that.
Yes, I do.
Katsumi, I want to help too, but I don't know how.
To be honest, me either.
We'll think of something.
There are two solutions to my problem. Give them all they want, or go public with all the information.
We'll figure out something. Only when we make sure you're absolutely safe.
This is getting serious, people. I wasn't expecting any of this to happen.
We trust you.
We all went quiet after a while. Since no one had a solution to Katsumi's, we said our goodbyes and headed home. Akiko, you and Rokudo go without me. I just remembered that Katsumi needs to have a look at my phone.
Oh yeah, what a nice excuse.
She doesn't need one, Akiko. Why are you being so negative?
Now you're all acting like she should feel awkward for being involved with me.
That's right. I don't need an excuse to stay here with Katsumi.
I'm just kidding. Alright then, see you one of these days.
See ya. Katsumi slammed the door as soon as Akiko and Rokudo got out and drew me to his body. I tried to say something, but he just placed a finger on my lips. I nodded my head, showing him I'd remain quiet.
I like your soft skin.
What are you waiting for? Take off my clothes.
Oh yeah.
I gave him an enigmatic smile and touched his lips. I got chills down my spine, but not the ones that make you uncomfortable, but the ones that scream, I want everything and I want it now. He was kissing me all the way, and he was taking me to the couch. And at the very next moment, I was sitting in his lap. He was slowly lifting my shirt, caressing me and gently touching me. Sometime later, I could spend my entire day sitting on this couch with you, but I just have a lot on my plate right now.
Yeah, the worries about your entrance exam, I'm the last thing you need right now.
Hey, I'll find the time for all of it, but I have to go now.
Wait, give me your phone. I forgot to check why it's not working.
It's not like it's not working. It just turned off because of the bump.
That's impossible.
Katsumi dialed his number from that cell phone and wasn't surprised to see that my name wasn't displayed on his phone screen.
Bummer. It looks like you and that passerby managed to switch your phone somehow. I believe you'll hear from him soon.
No, it should have occurred to me. I could have followed him. Katsumi dialed my phone number, but it was unavailable.
Don't you worry. I'll trace your phone. I'll keep this one in case that person calls.
Thank you, honey. That night I felt worry-free, because my phone wasn't there to distract me from study. I believe that bonding with Katsumi helped me ease the tension with the entrance exam too. The world all of a sudden turned pink. A few days later, I didn't feel nervous on the day when I was supposed to take my entrance exam. I woke up early and headed off to college. The halls were crammed with students. Some were having trouble finding the right classroom, while the others were casually sitting and listening to music. I came to the announcement board so I could find my name on it and the number of the classroom where my exam was. The list doesn't seem to end. I lost a couple of minutes scanning the lists, hoping to find my name on any of them. Meanwhile, some of the students had already found their places and seated themselves in the class. The halls were getting emptier. Ugh! The exam starts in a couple of minutes. If I don't get to the classroom in time, I won't be able to take the exam. I ran down the hall and saw the criminal psychology professor entering one of the nearby classrooms. This has got to be the classroom where my entrance exam is taking. Panting for breath, I stood at the door, apologized to the professor for being late, and added I couldn't find my name anywhere on the list. The professor refused to let me in, saying that if my name wasn't on the list, that meant I hadn't even applied for the exam. No, that can't be! He then closed the door and left me standing outside. The mere idea of missing the chance to enroll to a desired college paralyzed me. So my back was sliding down the cold wall, and then, just when I dropped my books and collapsed there, feeling hopeless and Dad would be so disappointed in me.